questions that I remember stuck out in my mind. They said, well, what does it all mean? What does this trial stand for? And I said, you're not asking the right person. I don't know. I'm a cabinet maker. Cabinet makers make cabinets. I do trials. And it is entirely for other people to judge both process and what it stands for. On the technical, legal side, the decision was affirmed, and like any Superior Court justice, I got on to other cases. The trials are as much the lawyers as the judge, and as much the court support as the judge. And a very wise attorney once said to me, we are all on the same team, the justice team. We just play different positions. And there's so much truth to that. But you know, the most important people aren't here. Juror. None of the jurors are here. They're anonymous. They came from anonymity to perform this extraordinary public function in the midst of searching scrutiny and having done the task which under our system only jurors can do, only the people. It's guaranteed by the Declaration of Rights. It's also in the Constitution of the United States, but we don't need that. It's guaranteed by the Declaration of Rights to the Constitution of Massachusetts that the people shall decide in a criminal case. And they're not here. They've gone back into anonymity. Think about that. And they disperse. They don't write books. They're not invited back to give their critique of the trial. We only ask of them a fair and an impartial verdict. And I thought that rather than do one trial, and however it resulted, there would be more of a publicity in the community and the like, and it would be harder to get an impartial jury. And I also thought that the victim would have to go through it twice. So I thought, well, we could do it, we'll just do long days. We'll do one in the morning and one in the afternoon, and we'll let other people judge how that worked. But we weren't into the case more than, say, 2 days before I realized that in one respect I had made an enormous mistake. And that is, and every judge here will understand this, trials are linear, and you quickly develop an ear for the essential elements of proof. Because if the essential elements of proof are missing, it'll never get to the jury. So every judge is sitting there. The judge in a jury case is not deciding. The judge is only teaching the jury, but the judge is listening to see whether a witness testifies to certain absolutely essential things. Well, you can't run 2 trials at the same time. Because I hear something in the morning and I couldn't put it out of my mind. Then we got to the afternoon, I didn't know whether I'd heard it. I regret to this day, and I'm here to acknowledge it before all of you, that I allowed the victim's name to be published. I could have prevented that. There was a delay in the television. I could have put in my order, and candidly, it never occurred. And her name, of course, because it's all real time, the name, we don't talk about Jane Doe, we talk about real people. Real people are involved. This woman was horribly brutalized by the fact of rape, and in the very first day of the trial, her name was out. And the press picked it up, well, the press had a self-denying code, and I remember the press coverage, and they said, well, it's on TV, we can mention it, this must be the new thing. That's a terrible mistake. I regret it. That's all I can say. I regret it to this day. She moved away from the community shortly thereafter. She did not get enormous support, and I am, in significant measure, responsible